host disabled participant screen sharing. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So you can start off here.
Wait, can you go to the last slide? I want to check that this is the updated one.
Is it this one or?
No, so just if you can refresh it or just delete like the last point.
Okay. Give me a second. So I just want, let me try to refresh.
Okay,
Okay,
perfect.
yeah, I think it's good now.
Yeah.
Details. Everything else is good. So basically, I'll take over starting from here, or when do you
Yeah,
want me
starting from 11.
to? Okay, all right.
כן. הלינק ששלחת לנו לזום, זה הלינק שאיתו אפשר להירשם, כאילו להיכנס לראות את זה? אוקיי, כי אני רוצה לשלוח את זה פשוט לאנשים שהתחברו.
Yeah, sure. All right. Okay.
אוקיי.
All right.
So we're live now.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. All right. Awesome. Okay, cool.
היי חברים, אתם רואים עכשיו את המסך של מו מזנדסק. אני אסביר מה קורה פה עכשיו. אז אנחנו עושים את וובינר מוצר השבוע יש לנו חבר'ה מחברת זנדסק. כולכם מכירים את השם הזה, רובכם לא יודעים מה זה באמת זנדסק, ובשביל זה הם באו להראות לכם באמת איזה מפלצת של מערכת מדובר, וגם מתאימה לכל גודל של עסק, בין אם אתם חברת אנטרפרייז או עסק של חנות חיות, לצורך העניין. וזהו, הוובינר הזה יועבר באנגלית. זה הפעם האחרונה שאני אדבר עברית בתוך הסשן הזה. אז let me introduce Mo Hussein and Shai from Zendesk. They will take it from here. If anybody has any questions, אם יש לכם שאלות, תכתבו בצ'אט. אם אתם רוצים לעלות ולדבר, תנסו לא להפריע באמצע שהוא מדבר, למרות שאני בטוח שאם תעשו את זה בצורה יפה זה יעבוד. That's it. Mo and Shai, take it from here. Zendesk, let's do it.
Perfect. So yeah, thank you very much for the intro. Okay, so today we will discuss a little bit about Zendesk and how it can assist your business. We start by telling a little bit what is Zendesk, what about the history of Zendesk, and what is customer support and ticketing system. Following that, Mo will present you a demo of how it can help your system and how you can automate it in your business. And at the end, we will do a Q&A session. And if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to stop us. So overall, Zendesk is a global company. It's located in the US, but we have offices all around the world with more than 130,000 customers, and it supports many languages. Zendesk, we are the champions of customer service. So basically, we give you all the tools to support your customers and to have a full view on your customers' ticketing system. So if you see, we are the champions of customer service. So we help you manage all your customers and all your queries and questions. We give you the platform to have everything in one place, and we will soon present it. So Zendesk was built on the essence of having the best customer service and giving you the option to provide your customers with a good customer service. You know, at the end, one negative review will make it the chance of people buying from you. It will decrease it in around 50%. So it's very bad to have negative reviews and customers not coming back to you. And at the end, you want to have more customers retaining, and that way you can have better businesses and have everything in one place. So if you can see, Zendesk has been the #1 in digital customer service for the last 6 years. We are there because this is what we do. We give the best platform for people to manage it. Nowadays, as you know, it's difficult times all over the world because there is a recession now and we can feel it. And all of our customers, they have one of these challenges and we help them overcome them. You know, many companies now, they are cutting operation costs. So you see Meta or Facebook laying off around 11,000 employees. Also, Amazon are laying off and people are laying off all around the world. And you as companies or individuals, you need to be, you know, very agile to this situation. And you have to have the option to cut your cost or have everything in the best way and optimize it. So there are companies that are trying to drive revenue or to retain more customer, and we will show you soon how you can do it with Zendesk. So with Zendesk, we give you you can take it to 3 different sectors. First, we make it easy for your customers. You know, the customers today, they want to have everything in their place that is convenient for them. So they want to speak to you, whether it's with the WhatsApp, whether it's on the phone or the email. They want to have the best channel for them. So we give you the option to communicate with them in the best possible place. Second, they want to have a personalized experience. So me, when I'm calling a Hot or Bezek or any other company, when I'm trying, to get a customer service to know what is the issue that I'm calling on, I want them to know who is Shai and why I'm calling them right now. And this is what we give you with Zendesk. So we give you a system that you can have a conversation with the company that you're working with, and you have all the information on the individual that you are coming. You can provide a personalized experience. Second, we set your team for success. So we give you the option to provide your customers with the best solution. So once Shai is calling or Mo is calling or Eyal is calling the company, so you know why they are calling and you will provide them with the best solution. So once you give them a good experience, and a good customer experience is very important for the customer to stay with you and grow with you. And last but not least, we'll keep your business in sync. So you can have everything in one place. You don't need 5,000, different platforms. You can have everything in one platform, which is you see everything about the customer. So it's connected and you have everything under one platform and one umbrella. So this is overall like, yes, Mo? So this, as I said, now if we're speaking specifically about Israel, so Zendesk in Israel, we have more than 1,000 customers and we have 6 Israeli partners. So the Israeli partners are implementation partners. They can come and work with you on the system. But I think one of the most beautiful stuff at Zendesk is that it's a very simple to use system, and you will see it very soon. And it's very simple to implement and work it on your own. It's something that you can have up and running in around 1 week to 2 weeks. It depends on what you want to have. And it's very easy to integrate it with other systems. So overall, you can see here, it's an example of companies that we are working with. And I will pass it now to Mo to really show you the system and what you can do with it. So Mo, feel free.
Hi, everyone. So we're going to be doing the demo today from 3 different perspectives. The first one is from a customer's perspective. So we have our customer for today who's going to be Zach. And basically, throughout Zach's journey, he's going to be going through a few features that we have. So the first one is the Help Center, where we have articles, things such as FAQs and articles on how to do things. And basically, Zach can go to that Help Center and look up the answer that he needs himself. Second of all, we have AnswerBot, which is there to identify when it is actually necessary to bring in an agent and try to recommend articles and solutions to the customer before handing them to an agent whenever that is needed. And finally, we have messaging, which encompasses everything from the live chat to social media messaging to WhatsApp, phone calls, emails. Everything is under the messaging umbrella. So basically, we allow Zach to reach out to the company on a variety of channels. So as Shai mentioned, on the channel of the customer's preference. And by using these features, we're aiming to do 3 things. First of all, deflect some tickets. So allow our agents to focus on the more important things and waste less time answering simple requests such as, hey, I forgot my password, how do I reset it, and things like that, which AnswerBot can easily provide answers for by providing the correct article from the Help Center, decreasing the average wait time. So at the end of the day, since Zach doesn't have to wait in a long queue in order for an agent to get back to him, the customer satisfaction is a little bit higher. And since they can also find the information that they need themselves, so they don't even have to wait in line to talk to an agent. So at the end of the day, they save a lot of time. The customer is happy and your agent can focus on more important things. So to demo this part of the solution, first of all, I just want to emphasize that Zendesk is pushing more towards a conversation. So it's not just a ticketing system. We're trying to create great conversations with our customer. So to start things off, I just want to show you an advanced version of what Zendesk can do on a more sophisticated level by connecting more systems into the chat and basically using something we call our Sunshine Conversations platform, which is an advanced set of APIs that allows you to do more complicated stuff. So in that case, Zach goes on the website or the Help Center, he clicks on the widget here. He gets treated by an AI bot, which through Sunshine Conversations, we were able to connect to our Zendesk software. So in that case, Zach is greeted by the bot. He says, hey, I would like to check my account balance. So that way the bot goes through a back-end system, checks Zach's card balance, and gets back to him telling him, okay, these are your Visa charges. This is your credit card statement. However, Zach was on vacation and he lost his credit card number and he would like to report it as soon as possible in order for it not to be used by someone else and charge him with fraudulent charges. So in that case, the bot asks Zach for his number. So I'm just gonna input any number here. Then Zach gets sent an OTP message on his phone just to verify that this is actually Jack that's speaking to the bot and then wants to be transferred to the agent. And then the bot simply tells him, hey, please check out these following articles. So these are your latest transactions. Can you please confirm that these were all done by you and none of them were by someone else? So that go through them and say, yes, actually, this is perfect. I did these. all good. So then Zach waits in line and then he gets transferred to an agent right away. And we can see
just
here.
1 second. It's important for me to ask this. This whole thing can be done in any language, right? So you can do a bot in Hebrew and have all the options so in Hebrew, and so you're fully multilingual, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, great.
All right, so as we can see here from the agent side, and I'll dive a little bit deeper when I move on to the agent's perspective, we can see here that as soon as the conversation was transferred to the agent, the whole history is there. So we can see that Zach confirmed no fraudulent transactions. All of these transactions were done by me. I even have an integration with a back-end system here where I created a custom application where I can retrieve all the information regarding Zach. I can even view a pop-up with extended information, do further steps of verification, or even send them some few offers. So basically, that's just an advanced version of what Zendesk can do and the capabilities of what Zendesk can help you achieve down the road with our advanced set of APIs. However, with Zendesk Suite, which is our main product that most of our customers are working out of, so this covers the need of maybe 75 to 80% of most of our customers are already using this. You already get a subset of that with what we call our messaging widget. So if you go here on the website and Zach clicks on it, so this is the messaging widget that you already get with Zendesk Suite. Again, Zach is greeted by a bot here, and then he can ask a few questions. Here we can make a simple API call just to retrieve some information from our backend system. So in that case, Zach enters his ID, and then the system is able to make a simple API call and just tell him your current account balance is 2,352. So let's say Zach wants to restart the conversation again, and in this case, he wants to speak to an agent. So in that case, he selects speak to an agent. I would like to speak to one of your agents. So sure, but first let me collect some information. So in that case, Zach will fill in his information. And in that case, I even added an extra custom field here that asks Zach, which department are you trying to reach out to? So in that case, as soon as Zach selects the billing department, this ticket will get directly assigned to my billing team, and it will not be lost in a long queue, and then someone from the billing team will have to go through a long list of tickets in order to identify which ones are relevant for them and which ones are not. So by simply clicking here, a ticket gets created inside of the system, and an agent will talk to Zach right away. However, within the meantime, Zach started this conversation while he's sitting on his laptop. However, he needs to go, he needs to pick up his kids from school, and he would like to continue this conversation on his phone. So all Zach has to do in that case is simply click on the three dots at the top here and continue on Messenger or Instagram. You can even add WhatsApp as a channel here as well. That way, Zach can continue this conversation on his phone while he's on the go without losing his position in the queue or without losing the context of the conversation that already started. So that's just a few ways of how we make it easy for your customers. So this can also, the SDK can also be integrated inside of your mobile app, which allow your customers to start to chat from within the app. And again, as most customers reach out today, so let's say Zach sent out an email. He was curious about how to make payments. He has a electronic mobile wallet, and he's not sure what kind of cards or does he need to connect his bank account? What exactly does he need to do? So by simply sending out an email here, a ticket gets automatically created in the system. If you wait a few seconds here, then we will see an automated reply coming back from the system saying, hey, your ticket has been created. Let me go just here. So in that case, there it is. So Zach gets a request saying your request has been received. It's being reviewed by our staff. However, AnswerBot is able to recommend an article from the Helm Center on how to make payments. So that way, AnswerBot goes through it, and Zach can decide, yes, close my request. I don't need to speak to anyone anymore, or no, I still need to speak to someone. So in case Zach closes the request, the agent does not even have to get involved. Zach was able to find the information that he needed very quickly. It was an automated reply. And that way, Zach can move along with his day, and the agents can focus on the more important issues without having to answer these simple requests. In case Zach does nothing and doesn't click on yes or no, the ticket is still inside of the system, and agent will pick it up and then reach out to Zach and see how he can help him solve his issues. So, and just one final thing I wanted to show you. So the AnswerBot is just not only available on the widget or the mobile app, you can also use it across social media channels here. So in that case, if I go to my Instagram page and I simply click on message, then again, I get greeted by the bot. I have the same options available to me here. I can choose make payments, and I will get an article demonstrated to me from the Help Center based on the flow builder or the flow of the bot that I customize. The only limitation on social media channels is that I cannot use the API step call where I need to collect data from the customers. So this is a limitation currently with WhatsApp and social media channels where they don't have forms integrated yet. However, it is on a roadmap and it is supposed to be coming sometime soon. All right. So just to do a quick recap to what we've seen from the customer side. So Zach, as a customer, was able to reach out on a variety of channels, whether it's social media, live chat, email, phone calls, and are also supported as well. There was a help center. So let me just show the help center as well. So this is an example of a help center that we built up for an IT department, where Zach can also simply go type here, hey, I forgot my password. And he would automatically find the answer to the article that he needs and just say, yeah, these are the following steps that you need to follow in order to reset your password. And there's also a video attached here. Okay. So basically, we allow Zach to reach on the variety of the channels, self-service by going to a help center, finding the answer that he needs himself without having to wait in a long queue for an agent to get back to him. And of course, all of this is personalized and contextualized within your brand. So at the end of the day, the customer has no idea that they're dealing with Zendesk at all.
Yeah, let me reiterate here. So what Mo is basically saying is, in case anybody, because you're pretty fast, I'll try to kind of recap a little bit. So Zendesk is basically, in essence, an omni-channel support ticket system, right? It's much more than that, but it means that you as a business can allow customers to contact you via multiple channels, whether it's a phone call, whether it's an email, whether it's via text, WhatsApp, Instagram, direct messaging via Facebook, and everything can basically be assigned to an entity, which is a user inside of Zendesk, which is a client for this case. All his communication is unified under one, basically, entity. And that specific platform where you manage the tickets basically can be customized to infinity, right? Which means you can do whatever you need. You can add sections where it integrates via third-party API to check transaction statuses and you name it, right? It's very, very hard to grasp if you're not familiar with ticketing systems. But for me personally, I see it as a tool that's, so we have a CRM and we have a ticketing system. The CRM system I use does have a ticketing system, but it's not as diverse as Zendesk, so we'd rather much use it in conjunction with Zendesk. So, and this is the idea. I'll repeat what I said earlier, but it's important to say because we're talking to an Israeli audience, but everything in Zendesk is localized, meaning you can even RTL the whole platform and have everything show up in Hebrew. So it's very easy to deal with. And also, if you're dealing with mixed crowd and need to do English and Hebrew, it also has that capability, right? To do it under certain conditions. So that's very important. Next thing I would touch, I guess, Mo, is like pricing, because people would like to know, like, what's the starting point? How does it work exactly? Yeah.
Sure. Okay, yeah, we'll cover that in the ad. So I'll just cover the agent and the analytics part, and then we'll get to the pricing part.
Sure.
Thanks. All right, so our second perspective for today is going to be from the agent's perspective. So your employees that are actually interacting with your customers and replying back to them. So our agent for today is going to be Michael, and Michael will be basically working out of what we call the agent workspace. So the agent workspace is one unified view in order to answer all these different requests that are coming in from all these different channels. So whether it's WhatsApp, live chat, Instagram, everything comes into one place for the agent and they're able to answer it from that place. And finally, Michael as an agent also has access to a few things which will basically make his job a little bit easier and make him much more efficient. So by having access to the help center that we just showed, where he can look up the information that he needs before replying back to a customer. And we also have something called the macros, which are basically prepared templates for frequently asked questions or frequently repetitive tasks. And I'll show all of this when I show the demo right now. But basically by using these features, we're aiming to do two things: increase our agents' efficiency, making our agents more efficient, handling more requests at the same time, and finally, reducing the first reply time. So not having our customers waiting in a long queue in order to get answers. Michael should be able to answer his customers very quickly in a very efficient way and to answer as many customers as possible while he's working. So to jump into this part of the solution, this is the agent workspace where Michael will be mainly working out of. On the left here, we have what we call our views, which is a great way of organizing your tickets based on your needs. So all of these is completely customizable. You can rename them however you want and segregate your tickets depending on what makes sense for your business. So for example, I have a view here for my VIP customers. So all the tickets that come in from my VIP clientele get automatically assigned to that view. So that way, if I have a team handling my VIP clients, all they have to do is open that view and they can go through the tickets right away without having to go through a long list of tickets in order to identify which ones are from the VIP clients and which ones are not. I have another view here for my social media messaging. So basically anything that's coming from Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of these channels comes into that view. So again, if I have another team that's only handling my social media accounts, all they have to do is open this view and then they can start replying to all of these tickets from here, from within the agent workspace without having to switch between a lot of different systems. So just to give you a quick example here, for example, I created a post yesterday with on my Facebook page and someone added a comment, hey, I would like to find out more about this, please. So as an agent, all I have to do is reply from here. Yes, please follow the following link. And I can simply apply here. And then this interaction or the comment goes directly to the Facebook post. So that way I do not have to open the Facebook page and start answering from there. I can do everything here from within the agent workspace. So going through the tickets that I just received here. So this is the ticket that I just received from Zach via email, where he was asking about how to make payments using his wallet. So first of all, as Michael, this is the first time that he's dealing with Zach. So he would like to find out more information about him. So by simply clicking on the user icon on the right here, he has all the information that he needs to know about Zach, his email, his Twitter handle, the organization that he's a part of, his language, time zone. I even added a custom field saying he's a volunteer. And then if I scroll down a little bit further, I can see all of Zach's interaction with us as a company, all the tickets that he has, whether they're new, they're closed. I can even see which articles he was viewing on the help center before reaching out to me. So basically, as an agent, Michael has the complete context of who Zach is and does not need to ask any redundant questions like, this happened to you before, who are you, is this the first time you're reaching out to us? He can dive right into the issue without wasting any time. So in that case, Michael would like to check the help center before reaching out to Zach and sending him the article about what kind of payments he can use in his wallet. So and if he clicks on the little book icon here under the help center, then he has access to the help center, and we can see that the system automatically detected that this was a ticket about mobile payments and even recommended an article to him. So if I click here, Michael will have access to the article. So once he's in the article, he has two options. He can either click on this icon at the top here, copy the link to the article and send it out right to Zach, or in case he just needs to copy a certain paragraph, for example, then I can simply look here, copy to the conversation, and only copy that necessary paragraph. So again, this saves Michael a lot of time. He can find the information that he needs very easily within the Help Center. He did not even have to go open a new tab to go look inside of the Help Center for the article. He was able to do all of this from within the agent workspace. And once he found the article, he simply had to click a button and it was copied to the conversation without even having to go select all, copy and paste and do all of these redundant activities. So in that case,
I just want to stop you. We have one question that Shai asked here. He asked,
sure.
Is the help center monitored? And does he get a notification once the customer is entering to ask a question?
Yeah, so the help center is actually built by your agent. So you're creating the articles in there and you can see comments and follows, people following you. However, we do have another option as well. So we have something called Gather, which allows you to create a community forum where your customers can speak to each other, and you can even assign moderators from within your customer base and allow someone, if someone has a deep knowledge of your product, allow them to interact with your customers and answer requests, which at the end of the day also lessens the load from your agents and allow some of your more experienced customers to help out with the requests that you're receiving at the end of the day. Does that answer the question, or something still unclear?
Yeah, it's just a matter that people have to understand that the knowledge base is something that you as a client have to create for yourself. The AI,
yes.
The AI can detect specific keywords or context, and then basically recommend an article according to that. but you will have to create the content. The community, the gather option is a good option because if you have an active community and you have people answering questions, they'll basically they write it by themselves. It gets written up by them, right? They can create like all the community information, posts, everything that's needed, and then that same engine can recommend on that content instead of getting it from the knowledge base.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, my question is, when a client goes into the help center, do I have analytics that he did it? So when I get a message from him, I can see that like he went through several articles and been there for like 10 minutes. Is there any
exactly. So this is where this is shown here in the interaction. So you can see he viewed this article, he viewed the FAQs, he viewed how to train the decklist workflows. You can view all of that here. And when I get to the analytics part, there's also a dashboard that I shall show later on in the demo, which shows you actually which articles are being viewed by your customer base, which ones are actually being used in resolutions and your customers are finding helpful, and which ones are not. And at the end of each article also, let me just open one of them. There's usually a button that says, was this article helpful or not? So if we scroll down here, so at the end of each...
Even we have one, basically, a call box. So we have the same thing and it shows up on the bottom, and then you can know if it was helpful or not.
Exactly, So the customers can say whether yes or no. So for example, for this one, you can see that 34 out of 46 people actually found this article helpful. So this article is actually being used by a customer base. A lot of people are finding it helpful. However, it was the opposite, that 34 people found this article not helpful, then maybe you know that this article needs to be updated, it needs to be reworded, or you need to remove it altogether because it's not helping out your customers at the end of the day. All right, so moving on to the next ticket then. So in that case, let's say Michael is working through the ticket and he gets a support here saying, hey, I'm trying to place an order from my phone, but I'm having trouble accessing it or something. And in that case, Michael needs to reach out to the technical support team and inform them about this article. So in that case, I have a macro prepared, which is a prepared template for these sort of situations. If I just go here and click, so I'm going to click preview just to show what this is going to do. So once I apply this macro, it's going to do 6 things. Going to add a tag technical support, which can be useful later on in the analytics part in order to help you identify, for example, how many tickets came in this month regarding technical support issues. It's going to change the priority of the ticket to high, set the status to on hold while the technical support team gets back to me, change the category of the ticket to technical support. Again, this can be used later on in the analytics part. And it's going to start a side conversation, which I'll explain in a moment, where it's going to send out an email to my technical support team with the comments automatically copied from the ticket and send out a reply back to the customer with the standard reply in these sort of situations. The customer name is automatically filled out. The agent's name is automatically filled out. So as soon as I click apply, these 6 actions take place simultaneously with the click of a button. So this can be useful in 2 things. First of all, if I'm a new agent, Michael is a new agent, and he does not remember the 6 steps that he needs to do in this sort of situation. He doesn't need to. All he has to do is apply the macro, and the 6 steps that need to take place will take place right away. However, if Michael is a more seasoned agent and he knows the 6 steps that he needs to do, this saves him a lot of time as well, because he does not have to go do these 6 steps right one after the other. Again, simply clicks a button and the 6 necessary steps take place. So it saves him a lot of time at the end of the day. To explain a little bit more what side conversations are. So this is something that's available on our higher plans, which allows you basically to start side conversations based on the ticket with someone else that might not be using Zendesk at all. It can be through email, can be through Slack, or you can even just create a sub-child ticket for a task to be worked on simultaneously while this ticket is being resolved. So you can create, like, for example, a child ticket for your support team to work on this task when it gets while you're handling this main ticket, as you might say. And as soon as this task is done, then the information gets propagated back to that ticket. So in that case, saves me, as I mentioned, saves your agents a lot of time, makes them way more efficient, and allows them to handle way more requests. However, as Michael is going through this ticket, he gets a phone call. So again, the phone call also comes directly to Zendesk here. He does not have to leave the system. If the user is already inside of the system, then the system is able to recognize him. So I can see here, there's a call coming in from Carl Jones. This is his number. And I even added a custom field saying that he is one of my VIP customers. So as soon as Michael accepts the call here, a ticket gets automatically created, a call recording gets started, and I created another macro in this case that has a script that I need to follow. So the internal notes are notes that are only available to your internal employees. They're not visible to the customers at the end of the day. So in that case, Michael has the script prepared. This is the first question. He puts in his first answer. He goes to the second question, puts in the second answer. Once he's done, he hangs up the call. The call recording gets automatically added to the ticket. And as I submit this as pending, for example, my notes are also available on the note. So in that case, let's say next week, Michael is on vacation or he's out sick and one of his colleagues need to continue this conversation with Carl. All they have to do is simply go to the ticket here. They have access to the call recording. They have access to Michael's notes from the call. So they can continue the conversation right away without having to get into any redundant questions like, hey, what was the issue? Was it solved or not? They have all the information they need here, so they can dive right into the situation without wasting any time. Are there any questions or anything that's unclear regarding the agent side?
אני אדבר עם מייק, שהם ידעו שזה צריך לקרות, ואז יתנו לי את ההוראות המדויקות. יש איזשהו תהליך שצריך לעשות שם בשביל שזה יקרה.
Perfect. So just to do a quick recap of what we've seen, Michael as an agent, he's working out the agent workspace. All the communication that's coming from the customers are coming into one place, whether it's phone calls, live chat, emails, social media channels, everything comes into one place. As Michael as an agent has access to complete customer contacts, ticket history, what kind of articles they've been viewing on the help center, and any previous interactions they had with the business. The tickets are routed to the teams with the relevant experience to deal with them. So the tickets for the billing team go directly to the billing team. Tickets for the social media team go directly to the social media team. Michael also has access to the help center from within the agent workspace and things such as macros, which are prepared templates for frequently asked questions or replies. And we also have the marketplace, which we have over 1,000 applications available out of the box. So just to show you the marketplace as well. So if I go back here to my tickets, one of my tickets, and let's say I get one of my customers is reporting a bug inside of my system, for example, and I have my development team who's working on Jira, for example. So in that case, I need to get in touch with the developers team and inform them that there's a bug in the system reported by one of our customers, and they need to start fixing it right away. So in that case, if I click on the last icon here in the sidebar, then I have all my apps from the marketplace that are installed. Here I can see the app from Jira. So in that case, all I have to do, click create issue. All the information is automatically filled out. I can choose the project if I want to change that, what type of issue it is, who's the reporter, and all of that. And I can see here that the comments from the ticket were automatically copied inside of the issue. So that way I click on create issue. The issue gets created inside of Jira. A couple of days later, my developers are working on Jira, and then they set the task to done. Second. So as I mentioned, a few days later, my developers are done fixing the bug. They set it to done here. If I go back to my ticket, I can see an internal note was automatically added by the Jira integration saying the issue bug 28 has been resolved. So Michael as an agent can then start communicating back with the customer saying the bug has been fixed. Please try it out now. And if there's any further problems, just let us know. So that way, Michael as an agent as well did not have to leave the system. He was able to report the bug to the development team in Jira and get the information once the bug has been solved. Everything is within Zendesk without having to leave.
Let me just add, because not all people here use Jira. Jira is more like a developer's tool, a technical team tool. But you can do the same thing with any API, with any CRM, basically, and maybe not have that visually show up on the apps, but via API achieve the same results. It's important to mention that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Also, I want to jump in. There are many apps that have already, so as you see with Jira, there are many apps that have already built-in integration with Zendesk, and some of them like ClickUp and some others, you can find everything in the Zendesk marketplace. So there are apps that are natively connected to Zendesk already, so you don't need to create the API from zero. You can just download it from the marketplace and you will have the connections. So you can find many of them which are like more common.
Yeah, for the most part, people are going to use Make or Zapier or something to do those integrations. But it's possible, just so they know, that if it doesn't show up on the app market, because some, some Israeli CRMs are not necessarily on Zendesk, but you can do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So the great thing about Zendesk is that it's built on open APIs. So as long as the other system that you need to connect to has open APIs as well, then you can write an integration, or most probably you'll already find someone that already did the integration or something that's available on Zapier, Automate, Trade.io. So there's really a lot of resources that are available to you to help you achieve your goal at the end of the day. All right, so moving on to our last perspective of the day, from a manager's perspective, all of the data is already available within Zendesk, so you don't need to import it from anywhere. You have pre-built dashboards available out of the box to use, as well as the ability to create and customize your own dashboards as well, and even export the data to other business intelligence tools such as Tableau or Power BI, and so forth. And at the end of the day, the goal behind this is to help you make data-driven decisions and help you identify whether your business is actually meeting its goals and which areas of the business needs to focus on and need some further attention from you. So as I mentioned here, you get pre-built dashboards out of the box. So this is an example of the support dashboard that you get already available to you. You don't need to create it from scratch or anything. So here you can select the time frame for which you want to view the data. So I want to view all my history or data from the last 30 days, for example, or anything like that. And then here you can choose segregated by your groups of agents if you have multiple brands inside of your system. So let's say there's a mother company and you have 5 different products. You can create a brand for each one of your products and segregate everything for that product, and everything, all the data will be available to you at the end of the day within one system, Zendesk here. You can filter by channels, so things that are coming from the API, chat, Facebook, Instagram. You can filter all of this data by the channel where it's coming from, the different ticketing forms that are being used, or even the different organizations that you're dealing with, if you're dealing with specific large businesses, for example. And here you have your standard metrics, so how many tickets were created, how many unsolved, solved tickets. One-touch tickets are basically any tickets that required only one agent response in order for it to be solved, or if there's any tickets that have been reopened after they were closed, you can also see that metric here. Going down, you can see your standards, so how many tickets were created by hour, so that way you can identify which times of the day are you busiest, so maybe you can assign more agents during that time, or which days of the week are you busiest. So maybe you can, for example, here we can see that Wednesday is the busiest day of the week, so maybe that's when I need to have my most agents online. However, on Monday and Friday, things are a little bit more quieter, so I don't need to have as many agents online. Going down here, this is where we can start, for example, using the tags and making use of the tickets that are coming in. So if I click on decompose here, and then I click on ticket tags, for example, then I can see the different type of topics or the tags that are coming in. So for example, I can see here that 6% of my tickets, 160, came in from my VIP clientele. I have 250 tickets that came in from Spain, for example, and 320 tickets that came in from Portugal. So here I have a few more options. I can either click decompose and select other attributes to view this data, or I can simply click on drill in here, where I get a list of the complete list of tickets with that tag. I can see all the information that I need from here. And if I need to go to a specific ticket of them, all I have to go is simply click on open link, and I get redirected to the ticket so that I can have more information about that ticket and see maybe if I can help the agent with anything else that they need to do in order to help this ticket get solved faster, for example. So going on to the other tabs, so here you have your efficiency. So again, you have the same filters available at the top here. And here you can see your first reply times, first resolution times, full resolution times, and all of these things. Third tab allows you to monitor your agent's performance. So how many tickets are they solving? And if we go down here, then we can see that Hannah, for example, solved 500 tickets. This is her average first reply time, satisfaction scores, how many tickets were one touch, and all of that. This is how many tickets were solved by Mo. This is how many tickets were solved by Carlton. So it allows you to keep track of how well your agents are performing. So for example, if I notice that Carlton is not doing so well, so maybe then I need to have a conversation with Carlton, see how I can help him improve his skills what's not like, why is he not solving as many tickets as his other colleagues, and have a conversation with Carlton in order to improve his performance and help him
Carlton.
achieve his goals and be more efficient within the system. So the last few tabs are basically your satisfaction score. So how many tickets were created, how many were good, bad. Then you have your SLAs here. So how many of your SLAs are you actually achieving, how many were breached, active tickets, and so forth. And to show you an example of what it can look like to create your own customizable, completely customizable dashboard, this is an example of a dashboard that was created for an IT department. So as you can see here, this is completely customized with the information that I just need to see as a business, the relevant information for me as a manager, basically. And here again, I have all the tickets information. However, I even inputted some custom formulas here in order to help me identify the cost per ticket, how much money I'm saving from AI and service costs. And basically, I was able to use custom formulas that I have, put them inside of the system in order to show this information as well, along with all the other information that's automatically captured by Zendesk at the end of the day. So just to show you how easy it is to create a report. So this is where I have my dashboard. If I go here and just click on create new report, I can select the data set that I want to see. So in that case, I'm gonna create a report based on my support tickets. I want to see the most popular forms that are being used, basically. So in that case, I'm just gonna see ticket forms that are being created each month, or the most popular ticket forms that are being used by month. And if I go down here and just simply select ticket forms, then I have the information that I need. However, this does not look very UI friendly, doesn't make much sense to me. So in that case, I'm going to change this to a Spark line. And now things make a little bit more sense. So I can see which templates are being used the most according by month. However, I'm only interested to see my top 3 forms that are being used. So in that case, if I go to result manipulation here, select top and say, just show me the top 3 forms and click apply, then I only see the top 3 ticket forms that are being used within my system at the end of the day. So that's how easy it is just to create a report. You can create all sorts of reports. You have all sorts of charts here. And as I mentioned earlier, you can even have your own formulas here in order to help you create metrics that are not available in the system and be able to use them in your reporting as well. So just to do a quick recap of what we've seen today, you have all of the data already available within Zendesk. You have pre-built dashboards available out of the box, as well as the ability to create your own custom reports and custom dashboards and export the data as well to other business intelligence tools such as Tableau or Power BI. Shai, I move it back to you.
Yes, perfect. So first, thank you very much, Mo, for the wonderful demo. It was very nice and beautiful. And second, Eyal mentioned before questions about the pricing. So first, I will do a short recap. In the demo, we saw three sections. The first one was how your customers see the system and the fact that they can enter and they can communicate with you in every channel they want, and you can have you can get them or provide them a personalized experience. The second topic was how the agent see it and how you can see your customers, what they're doing, how you can automate all the process. So using the macros, you can just automate it and do it very easily and very easily set up the system. And last but not least, we saw how you can review all the information in one place. So you can see the dashboard and you can create dashboards and see all the information and intelligence you want in one place. So regarding the pricing, just to give you a sense of what the system is cost and what you can have. So basically the range of the system, it can range from just the basic ticketing system and support system. The price is $19 per month, but this is on the annual basis, or it depends on which program you're taking. If you want the whole suite, so having what Mo presented, having the knowledge base, having the integration with the WhatsApp and the different channels. So the basic one, it's starting from $49 per month per agent. And this is on the annual program. And if you're using the monthly program, it's $59 per month. So you also have the availability to have a monthly program. And in addition to that, you can just sign in to our demo and you can try it by yourself. As I said, it's very easy. You can just take it and set up the system, and you don't need someone to help you. We have all the articles online. So if you check how to integrate Zendesk with other systems, you can find it online. So this is overall about this. You have my email over there, and Eyal will share it with you afterwards. So if you have any particular questions, feel free to reach out to me. And on top of that, next week we will have a live event in Israel on the 23rd of the month. We will send you details for that, and feel free to sign in and join if what you saw today was interesting for you. So we'll be happy to see you over there. So if you have any questions, now it's the time.
I actually have one before anybody asks. Do you have an example of Zendesk in Hebrew that you can show? Just so people can see it with their eyes?
Let's see, I don't have it pre-built. I will look for a demo that we can find and send it to you.
Not a problem, okay. I know it is because I'm using Zendesk myself, so I know it's completely localized, but it's important to mention that everything is localized, including the knowledge base, which can be fully designed to your needs. We all actually did custom design to our own knowledge base as well, so we were able to RTL everything accordingly.
So actually, I have one in Hebrew. Mo, if you can present this one. It's from a company that we all know. 1 second. SodaStream. So if you go to SodaStream, and I think Mo, I sent you the link if you can present it.
Okay.
So you can see all of these, this support section of them, it's built on Zendesk. So what we said is that everything is also customizable. So you see, this is Zendesk, although it doesn't look like what Mo presented, but again, you can change it to your own. And then if you go to the questions, you can also use the search and look for it. And everything is made on the same platform, and it's in Hebrew. So yeah, as you mentioned, everything can be in Hebrew as well. And the agent and also the agent workspace can be in Hebrew.
The ticketing, everything can show RTL and in Hebrew, and the macros, everything can be in Hebrew.
Yes.
It's very important because for like a business that has maybe 4 or 5 agents, it's not even that expensive for what it gives, for what it's worth, right? Yeah, I mean, it was when Mo showed the part where he sends the ticket to technical support, I was like, God damn, I went through that like 50 times, exactly that process, and I got that automatic reply because companies must be using that function a lot. That same exact like macro is very, very popular, I bet.
Yeah.
So yeah. Does anybody have questions? Even if you have questions in Hebrew, I can translate them for you. If not, Shai left his email and he's gonna be harassed by a lot of people from the community, I'm sure. Give another minute to see if anybody has more questions. If they don't, let me check LinkedIn and YouTube. We have like 35 viewers right now, just so you know, the live viewers. It's really good for a webinar. So Ram Nufar, nobody has questions? They're so shy to speak in Hebrew. In English, I mean. But that's fine. Look, so I'll kind of cap it up before Mo and Shai will say the last words. I'm also a Zendesk user, and I can vouch that I'm using maybe 10% of what Mo showed today. Like, I'll be honest, right? I'm not gonna say that I knew everything. A lot of things I didn't know of, and I have some work to do. But that's good. But if you ask me, any company that has some sort of customer support and is not using, basically they're using email for customer support, even them, they can use Zendesk support, because then you can add more channels into the support section and deal with that. If you need chat as well, you add the chat product on top of that, and it's very modular, right? Everybody can get his own tailored plan according to what he needs. So not everybody needs to get omni-channel with all the channels. In our case, we have API channels, we have forms, we have WhatsApp and email. That's it. right? But some people might need Instagram and more. So it's a possibility. It's an option, but it's not a must. And extremely affordable. And we have an Israeli to help us with help you with the price, man, and that kind of those kind of things that we like to do as Israelis. But yeah, he can't give you discounts. That's the pricing. It's unless you're an enterprise and you have like 200 agents, then he can talk, right? Yeah, then you can talk about price per agent. But yeah, hopefully more people are going to use Zendesk. If we see that it's going to get more and more popular in the group, which I hope it will, we can do another follow-up webinar that's more advanced and get more specific as to how to solve specific cases. But for now, I want to thank you so much for your time and for coming over and showing Zendesk to people that probably heard the name but never saw it actually in action. Anything you'd like to say?
Oh, we just thank you for the opportunity to present the product here, and thank you for the viewers.
It's our pleasure, and hopefully we'll see you guys again. That's it. I mean, thank you guys for coming, and hopefully we'll see you next time with a more technical, down to the details webinar, how to get a lot of stuff done. But thank you so much. Actually, no, people are raising their hands. Oh no, that's not raising their hands, they're clapping their hands. Sorry. Clapping their hands on Zoom. I got it wrong. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.